When did grabbing coffee become a project, not a simple, hey, are you free, but a full negotiation? Next week doesn't work. What about the week after? Let me check my calendar. Let's circle back. Circle back? Since when did talking to your friends start sounding like a meeting request? Because something changed. And it's not just you. There's a reason your friendships feel heavier, more complicated, almost like work. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it.
Think about the last time you tried to hang out with someone. Not months ago, recently. How did it actually go? You probably didn't call them. You didn't just show up. Instead, you opened your phone, scrolled through messages, and typed, "Hey, we should catch up soon." And they said, "Yeah, for sure." And then, nothing happened. Days passed, maybe weeks, and that message just sat there, like a reminder of something that never became real. We all do this. We say, "Let's hang soon. We should grab coffee. We need to catch up." But we don't mean now. We mean someday. When life slows down, when schedules align, when everything is perfect. But that moment, it almost never comes.
Because friendship didn't disappear. It got optimized, slowly, quietly, without us noticing. We took something that used to be spontaneous, effortless, human, and turned it into something structured, measured, managed. We replaced, "Are you around?" with, "Let's find a time that works for both of us." And it sounds responsible, it sounds mature, but it also changes everything. Because the moment you introduce structure, you introduce friction, not the good kind, the kind that makes things harder than they need to be. Now every hangout requires coordination, confirmation, commitment, and suddenly, something that used to feel natural feels like a responsibility. We live in a world obsessed with efficiency, optimization, control. We optimize everything, our work, our workouts, our sleep. We track everything, measure everything, improve everything. And without realizing it, we started doing the same thing to our relationships.
Time started to feel scarce, like something that must be used wisely. Nothing should be wasted. Every hour needs a purpose. So even socially, we started asking, is this worth my time? What do I get from this? Does this fit my schedule? And just like that, friendship stopped being something you feel and became something you evaluate. And then something even more subtle happened. Friendship started to look like networking. We live in a world where connections matter, relationships have value. So, without noticing, we start seeing people as an opportunities, not in a bad way, just quietly. We ask, how does this person fit into my life? Instead of, how do I feel when I'm with them?
And that shift changes everything. Because when relationships become transactional, something disappears. The safety, the ease, the ability to just be. Now every interaction has pressure, a layer of performance, a subtle effort, and even if you don't notice it consciously, you feel it, that quiet exhaustion after socializing. That's why you can have group chats, notifications, plans every weekend, and still feel alone. Because connection isn't about frequency, it's about presence, and presence doesn't survive in a world that treats everything like a task.
Think about your best memories with your friends. They weren't scheduled perfectly. They weren't optimized. They were random, unexpected, sometimes inconvenient. Late-night talks, unplanned drives, sitting somewhere doing nothing, but talking about everything. That wasted time was the point.
But today, everything is controlled, planned, efficient. And while that works for productivity, it slowly kills intimacy. Because intimacy doesn't grow in perfection. It grows in unpredictability, in pauses, in silence, in moments that don't have a clear purpose. So here's the truth. Efficiency is the enemy of intimacy.
What if you're not too busy? What if you've just made connection too complicated? What if friendship was never supposed to fit neatly into your calendar? What if it was supposed to interrupt it? Try this. Call someone without warning. Invite someone last minute. Say, "Hey, I'm free right now. Want to hang out?" Yeah, sometimes they'll say no, but sometimes they'll say yes. And those moments, those are the ones that actually matter.
Because this isn't just behavior, it's identity. Are you someone who manages friendships or someone who lives them? We didn't lose connection because we stopped caring. We lost it because we tried to control it. We tried to make it efficient, predictable, optimized. But real connection was never meant to be any of those things. So if your social life feels exhausting, if your friendships feel distant, if something feels off, maybe it's not your friends. Maybe it's the system you built around them.
If this made you think, good. Now don't scroll. Don't overthink it. Just do one simple thing. Call someone. Make it real again. And yeah, subscribe.